Where's Vicky? She usually helps.
I want you to learn how to do this yourself.
Larry?
Oh, hi, Ted. Come in.
I just looked at Clint Buchanan's new test results.
Any surprises?
I'm afraid so. Do you know Mark Benson?
Yeah, he was associate chief of neurology here a while ago.
Yeah. I asked him to consult on Mr. Buchanan's case. I hope you don't mind.
No, of course not, but if you feel necessary to bring in Benson. What do you suspect?
Why don't you read the test results first, and we'll compare assessments. You'd better cancel Mr. Buchanan's release from the hospital in case I'm right.
Oh, boy, he's going to go through the roof on that. If you feel it's necessary.
Yes.
Let me check this out.
At this rate, a man could starve to death.
Come on, don't give up. You know, you're making a lot of progress.
Progress? It took me 10 minutes to butter the bread.
But now you have it buttered.
It doesn't matter.
Of course it matters.
I've got a full staff at home, damn it. If I need more, I'll hire them. They can help me.
Help you? Help you? Is that really how you want to spend the rest of your life? Do you really want people fussing around you all the time, worrying about what you can and can't do? Do you really want people rushing in to dress you and feed you, lead you around from room to room? And what about your children? They'll be required to...
Oh, that's another
help
thing.
you
That's
also?
another thing. My kids can take better care of themselves than I can take care of myself. How do you think that makes me feel?
It makes you feel bitter and angry and impotent and worthless.
You got the picture.
But you don't. Not yet. You see, Mr. Buchanan, you have to learn a lot of the same tasks that your children had to learn. And yes, there will be frustrations.
I don't need any more of this Mickey Mouse stuff.
This Mickey Mouse stuff is important. Unless you don't care about being completely independent. Is that it, Mr. Buchanan? Is that what you want to be? Helpless?
I was about 10, 12 years old at the time, and I was out at the corrals watching the cowboys work with some unbroke horses. And my dad rode up, madder than a hornet, because one of his top bronc busters had run off with a waitress from the Dairy King. And Pa had contracted to sell 6 horses by the end of the month, but they had to be broke horses. I piped up and said that I'd do it. Well, he just looked down at me and laughed and said he figured that I better stay with the gentle stock a while longer before I started working with the broncs, that breaking horses was a man's job.
But you felt like it was a put-down?
I thought it was a challenge. And I thought I was man enough to do the job, and I decided to prove it. So when he rode off, I caught up one of those horses and got a saddle on him, and then I got in it. That pony took about 2 jumps, swapped ends, and unloaded me. I mean, he stuck my head in the dirt. And it hurt so bad, made my eyes water. But I got back up, and I got back on him. And you know, at the end of 3 days, that horse would stand when you got on him, turn both ways, and he knew what woe meant. And Pa saw him at the end of a week. I still had a hitch in my get-along, but the horse was moving real good. But the look of pride on my daddy's face when he saw him, well, it made it all worth it. I mean, it was awesome. Anyway, I kind of figured that with this little predicament I'm in, that it's kind of like having another unbroke horse on my hands. And I'd like to tame him. Only this time not to get my daddy's approval, but... Well, I'm the head of my family, and I'd like to feel that my responsibility was to not only take care of my family financially, but also emotionally. And I don't want my kids worrying about me, or being afraid for me, or feeling pity for me. So if you could help me gentle this horse, then that'd be real good. But if you can't, then we're both just wasting our time.
You learned how to ride a gentle horse before you learned how to ride a bronco, right?
Right.
And you learned how to walk before you learned how to ride a gentle horse, right?
Right.
So those are the steps that we have to take now.
Miss Gordon.
I know it's not what you want to hear. Believe me, I know how difficult this is for you, but it's the only way that makes any sense. You're going to understand that in a day or so. I can't guarantee you any overnight miracles, but if you work with me, I'm going to have you back in that corral with the broncs, and you're going to be the man that you were, and more. But you have to do it on my terms.
Your terms? You haven't heard a word I've been saying, have you? To hell with your terms, Miss Gordon. I've gone through my whole life doing things on my terms, and I'm not about to change now!
What's the matter, Mr. Buchanan? Are you afraid to go out into the corridor and find your doctor?
Is that some kind of a dare, Miss Gordon?
I was just wondering, because if you are going to have me fired, I'm just going to get my few things and,
It worked. What you told me. About finding the door by feeling the breeze from the corridor. It really worked.
I know a lot of little tricks to help you navigate, but, they're not exclusive. Any therapist you hire can teach you these things.
Well, do you have some trick that'll get me back to my bed without my falling flat on my face?
Your grandmother is the one responsible for my being held in that Zaroon prison.
Patrick, that is not true.
It is the truth, Kate. One that I have tried to protect you from.
Grams would never do anything like that.
Oh.
And anyway, what would she have to gain by having you imprisoned in Zaroon all these years?
Not much. Just more money, prestige, power, that's all.
Here's what to do when you don't find the rainbows in this time. Here's where you go when it looks like the rain won't end. Don't cry. I'll give you tomorrow. Let me be the one to share it with. And each day that follows, 'cause we only have one life to live.
Oh, dear. Rhonda? Yes. Do you know what time it is? Yes. You said you wanted to see Clint. Visiting hours will be over pretty soon.
Yes, I know, Donna, but we're so busy here.
Look. It's time for my judgment day in this establishment. I want you to go and let me handle everything. Hopefully by the time you get back, we'll still be open, a riot won't have occurred, and the help won't have quit.
I think you will do just fine. And I'm going to take you up on your offer because I have not seen Clint yet, and I want to go over there and just remind him how much we love him and give him a great big hug.
Yeah, give my best, too, and see if I can visit tomorrow.
Hopefully tomorrow he will be home.
I want to order a CAT scan for Clint Buchanan, Dr. Wallach, as soon as possible. Tonight even.
You think it's possible?
I think it's probable.
All right, let's see what facilities have available. Boy, I hate to do this to Clint. Tell him he's not going to go home tomorrow. He's already demoralized enough. Hello. Yeah, this is Dr. Wallach. Can we schedule a CAT scan this evening?
All right. Where do you think your bed is?
It's over there. I know that from the nurses showing me to it. We come in the door and just go slightly to the left.
Correct.
Where's the bed tray I banged into earlier?
It's at 1 o'clock.
So if I go straight ahead, I won't hit it?
That's right. Of course, you certainly wouldn't hit it if you had a cane in your hand.
No cane. No cane.
you put your hands down at your sides, a little bit out in front of you, you're going to have a better chance of feeling an obstacle.
All right, it's just that in my head there's a wall everywhere that I'm just about to bang into. Oh. Well, did I do good?
You accomplished your objective. Now, how many steps did you take from the doorway?
I don't know.
Next time I want you to count them.
Well, why didn't you count them and tell me?
Because I thought it might occur to you to do it.
Well, it didn't. I'm not used to having to count my steps.
Well, you've never had any need to before, have you?
Well, it didn't. I'm not used to having to count my steps.
Well, you've never had any need to before, have you? Now, let's work on getting from the bed to the bathroom.
I like it right here. It's safe, you know? Besides, isn't it about your bedtime, little girl?
I'm afraid not. We can definitely work for a couple more hours.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm exhausted. I just had major surgery, remember? Enough is enough for one night.
Darling, it's me.
Vicky, come on over here and give me a kiss. I'd come to you, but I don't want to take a chance on losing my bed.
Hello, sweetheart. Hi, I'm Victoria Buchanan. I'm Clint's wife. Hello.
Meet Ann Sullivan.
Your husband was making a little joke, Mrs. Buchanan. My name is actually Sarah Gordon. I'm a rehabilitation therapist.
Yeah, she's been teaching me how to put one foot in front of the other. You just missed a lesson on how to find a door and then make your way back to your bed.
That's wonderful. I'm very pleased to meet you, Miss Gordon.
Please, call me Sarah. We're going to be intimately acquainted for a while. At least I think we are.
Well, in that case, we should be on a first-name basis. I'm Vicky.
You know, this is great, but we're going to take a break now, aren't we?
Hmm?
You know, so I can have some time to spend with my wife, alone.
Of course.
In fact, we could just knock off for the night.
I will definitely be back later. Goodbye for now.
Bye. Very determined young lady, isn't she?
Too young, don't you think? I mean, what can she know? And why the devil did they send me a girl? Why didn't they send me a fella, someone closer to my own age that I can relate to?
Sweetheart, Larry must have approved the choice. I would assume she's very good.
No, she's not going to be able to deal with me in the long run. Sooner or later, she's going to break into tears and just split.
Ah, I think that's what you're hoping for or trying to do. Is that it?
You know, I heard a sack or a bag or something rustle when you came in. What'd you bring me?
My, what big ears we have today. As a matter of fact, I brought you a telephone, a programmable telephone. I have programmed the numbers that you call most often. You just have to learn which buttons. Button 1 is home, button 2 is Briggs, button 3 is Asa. I'll give it all to you later on. And I brought you some tapes of semi-famous people reading books. What are you thinking?
I appreciate the presence, honey. And I appreciate the thought. It's just that all that makes it seem so much more definite and permanent.
I'm sorry, darling, but it is.
Meanwhile, my bed tray has to look like Jessica's. I can barely find the door.
Well, sweetheart, you have to take it one step at a time.
I know, that's what they tell me. I'm reduced to being Jessica's age, and I hate it. Honey, you know, I'd really appreciate it if we could call off Sarah Gordon, you know, for a while till I got home. And in fact, even longer. I'd like to have time to settle in.
Why?
Jessica really misses me?
Mm-hmm. She keeps saying, Daddy, Daddy, Daddy.
Wish I had her in my arms right now. Along with you. Wouldn't mind Kevin and Joey being here either.
You know, sweetheart, I think once you get home and you find yourself surrounded by all that love, You're going to feel a lot better, and then you're going to want to work hard to learn how to cope.
Do you have to bring that up again?
Honestly, now don't you feel better with the few things that young woman has taught you?
If that's her again.
If that's her again, Sarah, you'll be nice. Come in.
Hello, Vicky. Good evening, Clint.
Don't you ever go to sleep either?
Still too early. We thought we'd squeeze in one more test. Take you down there, so I brought Nurse Hannigan and her magic wheelchair there.
Where do you want to wheel me now?
Downstairs for a CAT scan.
Is it really necessary?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'm not going to argue.
I got the right room.
Because when we get this done, and you find out there's nothing else wrong with me, then I won't have any hassle when it comes time for me to check out of here tomorrow.
Angela. It's right over here. Down there.
Good thing my therapist isn't here. She'd make me find my own chair and probably make me do my own wheeling.
Look, I didn't want any hassle. I'm afraid you're going to have to know this, Clint. You probably won't be going home tomorrow.
Why?
It was a premature decision on my part, Vicky. It's just too early. We have tests and diagnosis, and if we had to call you back in a day or two, well, it would just be too much trouble. I think it'd be a lot better for everyone concerned if you just stuck around here for a while.
How much longer?
Well, hopefully just another day.
Oh, well, I'm going to surprise all of you and not throw a tantrum about this. Nurse, can we move out? Let's get this over with so I can get back here and see my wife.
Sure, Mr. Buchanan.
Honey, I'll be right here waiting for you.
Okay. Carry on, nurse.
What's the problem?
Well, Vicky, come on. This is a very serious operation, a very serious injury. You want to make sure he's all right, don't you?
Larry, your voice was very calm because you don't want to alarm Clint. But I can see what he can't, and that is the look on your face.
Look, I'm really sorry, Vicky, about this, but I'm worried about the damage that might have occurred when Clint stumbled outside. Now, you'd want me to check, right?
Yes, of course I do. I'm sorry, Larry. I'm nervous. I'm nervous about everything. I'm nervous if you keep him here. I'm nervous if you let him come home. I mean, I talk as if I'm prepared for him to come home, but I have no idea what to expect.
Well, of course. Now, how could you? You should talk with Sarah Gordon, his therapist.
I met her briefly.
All right, well, she's the one to talk to. She'll tell you how to prepare, what to expect.
Where is our favorite
Hello.
patient?
Go on then.
I left the busy restaurant. I can't see him.
He went for a CAT scan. Perfectly normal procedure, I'm told.
I've got patients. I'll let you two talk. We'll see you later.
Okay, and you better get over to Heavenly Hash and eat, okay?
Promise.
Okay. How you doing?
How am I doing? Depends what time of day it is. Oh, they've assigned Clint a young teacher. And there's friction between them already. The thing is, he's so torn between wanting to be able to do everything and being so depressed because he has to learn everything all over again that he doesn't want to do anything.
Well, that makes sense to me.
Yes, of course it makes sense. I just don't know if she can handle it. I mean, he can reduce me to tears. How's she going to be able to deal with his stubbornness and his abusiveness?
And obviously you are worried about everything, which is normal.
Yeah, I just said that to Larry.
How are the children?
They're fine. They're all geared up to have Daddy come home tomorrow. Larry just told me that Daddy can't come home tomorrow. The thing is that they're so anxious. And I don't really know what to expect, so I find it very hard to reassure them.
You know what I predict? I predict that in 1 week, everything will be back on some kind of normal routine. It'll be touch and go for a while, and everybody will make mistakes, but it is going to be fine.
Excuse me, Vicky. Sarah, come in. May I introduce Wanda Wolek? She's a good friend. This is Sarah Gordon, Clint's therapist.
Yeah, don't we know each other?
I think we do. I used to have a lot of meals at Wanda Steiner when I was at the university.
Yes, of course, and she was a very valued customer. And how you doing? Well, I don't even have to ask, because you are here, right?
Things are going great. Thank you.
And then you got Clint Buchanan for a patient. We both know how ornery he is, don't we? But trust me, I tell you from my heart, he is the kindest, most wonderful man in the world.
Dr. Willock has said the same thing.
And why are you tearing up?
I do it regularly, okay?
Excuse me, what is this?
It's a telephone. It's a telephone that Clint will find easier to use. He just has to push one button.
It's a toy, Vicki. And it's really unnecessary. You know, the way the numbers are laid out on a regular phone are just fine. Little trial and error, but eventually he'll be able to call anyone easily.
I suppose he will. I meant to ask you, actually, what to do about our house. Obviously, there's furniture all over the place. Should I move it?
There is no reason to turn your house upside down simply because your husband's blind.
Simply?
It would be best if you thought of your husband's blindness as a problem to conquer, rather than a handicap that's rendering him an invalid.
I have absolutely no intention of turning my house upside down, nor have I ever referred to my husband as an invalid.
I did not mean to make you angry. It's just necessary to get some things straight. And I'm only trying to head off mistakes before you make them.
Well, that would be welcome.
Well, I think that you two need some heavy-duty talk time, and I have to get back to the rigors of Gilbert and the restaurant.
Thank you.
Okay, and I have a new restaurant now. It's a new joint called Heavenly Hash. Please come by, because the food is better.
I will. Thank you. Nice to see you again.
Good luck.
Okay, the phone was a terrible idea. What about the tapes? Anything wrong with Clint listening to books over the earphones?
Right now, I think there is. Vicki, given to what I've seen...
Books over the earphones?
Right now, I think there is. Vicki, given to what I've seen so far, he's going to fight me every step of the way on this. And Braille is something that eventually he's going to have to learn. I mean, I can already hear him saying, why should I learn Braille when I have these books on tape?
Yes, but he desperately needs to be able to get his mind off his blindness every now and then.
Personally, I'd rather he didn't escape. It's only going to prolong the process and the fight.
I truly don't want to quarrel with you, but I think that you are seeing only the blind patient and not the whole man. I don't think you're taking into consideration his suffering, everything he's lost, and everything that he has to accept.
Your husband is going to suffer a great deal more, and so will you, if you give in to pity. Don't you see that only encourages him to give in to self-pity?
I have never said one word about pity.
You would be amazed how thin the line is, and how easily you can topple over. Well, I'm going to go get some dinner. I'll see you later. Vicki, the telephone and the other gifts, they'll be just fine later, after he's had a chance to learn the basics. But until then, any skill that he doesn't learn is only going to be hurting him in the long run.
Okay, I've gotten the point. But if you think that I'm not going to do any pampering at all, then we're really going to have a problem.
Pampering is fine when it's appropriate. So it's a good kick in the pants when it's appropriate. Good night. I have to apologize, Mrs. Buchanan. I got 2 steps from that door. I'm sorry. For that knee-jerk reaction I had? That you're going to be some hindrance to your husband's rehab?
That must be your experience, then.
I'm afraid it is. Especially with a man like your husband.
What do you see in your short time with him?
He's very take charge. I think he's used to being in control. Having other people listen to him and not taking direction. Throwing tantrums when he's crossed. And that is some temper.
Yes, it is indeed.
Vicki, it seems to me that he's torn between the struggle and the despair that he's feeling. I think he could go either way right now, and that's why I'm touchy.
Thank you for coming back. I feel better. I'd like you to know that I will be more than happy to give him those kicks when they're needed. And when they're not, I'm going to be awfully loving and devoted.
Of course you are. We'll probably get along just fine. Good night.
Good night.
WABC-TV, New York.
Well, Kevin, haven't your mom and dad always been pretty straight with you? Well, then why don't you believe us this time? Well, Kevin, sometimes doctors are overprotective, you know, so if Uncle Larry wants me to stay another day or two longer in the hospital, what can I do? But you know, nothing's changed. I'm getting better all the time. Well, no, my blindness hasn't changed either, and it probably won't. And it's hard, Kevin. I mean, there's no question about it. But you know what? Pretty soon, your old man is going to seem just the same again. Just moving a little slower is all. Well, I love you too, you little buckaroo. Yeah, now you get back to bed and you go to sleep this time. And you sleep tender. Love you, Kev. Nurse?
No, just your friendly therapist.
Are you still hanging around, Miss Gordon?
Well, we were interrupted earlier. And now you've had a little rest and a nice chat. It's time to get back to work.
Oh, wait a minute. I might spend my nights and days in the dark, but I still have a perception of night and day. I think it's about time old Clint gets some sleep.
Well, is that what you're going to do if I leave you alone, or are you going to sit there and brood about your blindness and what it's done to you and your family? And then slip into despair and finally just order a sleeping pill to knock yourself out?
Oh, if I want to brood, is there a law against it?
Nope. But I figure if I teach you some new ways to get around, you're going to wear yourself out and fall asleep more easily. Feel better about yourself in the process,
Got
right?
a nice pat little answer for everything, don't you?
Well, I try.
Heard them all.
Not quite. But I'm sure I will by the time we're through. So?
So, have you cleared this with Larry? You know, he's not letting me out of the hospital tomorrow. He, probably found something and he's not telling me about it.
You didn't say anything to me about it, Clint.
They took me down for a CAT scan.
CAT scans are just going to be a normal part of your life from now on. They'll keep checking the bullet fragment.
I suppose so. By the way, my wife told me that she had to take back the gifts that she brought me. Were those your instructions?
Well, I suggested that perhaps she was being a little overly helpful. You know, conveniences like that could actually impede your learning the basics.
Well, with everything I have to learn, it seems cutting a few corners couldn't hurt.
I'm speaking from my experience and from my training, Mr. Buchanan.
Mr. Buchanan? You notice you call me Clint whenever we seem to be agreeing, and then you go right back to Mr. Buchanan at the slightest disagreement?
No, I hadn't. But hopefully we'll just be getting along all the time now, and you'll just be Clint.
I'll never be just Clint again. Those days are gone. I'm sorry about that. Every once in a while, the old bitterness just kind of pops out.
That's perfectly all right. But we are wasting time that could be more productive. So, are you or are you not ready to tackle some of those meaningless daily chores that are facing you?
What do you have in mind?
Learning how to get around with a cane.
I said no cane! Damn it, didn't you hear me say no cane? Ever. I don't have a lot of plans to stroll down the street doing any window shopping. Well, speak up. Miss Gordon, I can't see your face, so say something.
It seems to me we're back to your choice, Mr. Buchanan. To be completely dependent on the kindness of others, or to be able to do it for yourself.
I'll learn most of what you want to teach me. But I'm not going to use a cane like...
Like what?
Never mind.
It seems to me we better get into your feelings about this. Because I think you were about to say you won't use a cane like those poor blind people on the street. A cane just announcing to the world their blindness, and that sort of uncomfortable feeling you get when you pass them on the street. And the total incomprehension of how they do it, and why they do it. I mean, why don't they just stay home and not make normal people feel badly for them, huh? But there is that relief when you pass them and you can just quickly put them out of your mind. And you might think to yourself, thank you, God, I'm not like that.
Yes. Yes, all of those things.
Which proves that you have not come to terms with the fact that you are indeed one of those people who are quite brave and quite determined and deserve to be viewed with respect rather than horror.
What, no pity?
Clint, blindness is a tough break. One of the toughest, as you now know firsthand. And yes, you'll evoke some pity from passersby on the street, but the real pity is if you never go out on the street. If you stay hidden away in your car or your house or your office, and if you are always dependent on other people.
All right. Obviously, if I don't get into this thing with you, I'm going to have to hear about it all night.
Gee, I was just getting to the really good part of my speech.
Ah, yeah, right.
Now, stand up. Get your balance. That's right. This cane was made for a man your height, so should be the proper length.
Got my initials carved in the handle?
Not yet. That's right. Now, I want you to extend your index finger down the side of the cane. Right? Wiggle it around, jiggle it. Make it feel like your own. Great. What this cane is going to become for you
is a crutch.
Is an extension of your index finger. It's going to make a path for you. Feel for you.
Yes. I know. I've seen it. I suppose you want me to find the door.
Well, I think you need a little more instruction before you just...
Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't need it.
Fine. Find the door. Do you remember where it is on your mental clock?
It's at 12 o'clock.
Right.
The killer chair is, I'm standing next to the bed facing the door. It's at 10 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Ha, gotcha. Won't get me this time. Is the door open?
Yes.
Oh, thanks a lot, Miss Gordon. Thanks a lot. You must have seen I was going to hit the door jam.
Clint, you got there before I had a chance to warn you. And besides, you were not using the cane correctly. If you would have been walking down the street, you would have been stabbing people and slapping them. You need to keep it closer to the ground and in front.
And what? And what? Come on. Speak up. Let's hear it. I don't want to fail cane 101. I master this. We'll just get the cup of pencils and I'll hit the street. This time tomorrow, I should be ready for the dog. What's that? I detect a little frustration, Miss Gordon?
Only in your own voice, Mr. Buchanan.